Hi guys, Casey Madden here, and join with me today is the jewelry expert and the CEO of Vian, Eddie Vian. Welcome.
Thank you, Casey, for having me back at the show.
Of course, it's always such a pleasure having you. So the royal wedding is coming up, and there's no better person to talk to about this than you. Vian has a long history with royalty. Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, our ancestors were chosen to guard the royal jewels back in 1746.
Wow.
Some of the pieces that we were guarding ended up in the British Crown Jewels and the Tower of London. So we're very excited about the royal weddings coming up this season.
So is Vian doing anything special for the royal wedding?
Yes, Vian is launching the Royalty Collection.
Wow.
And the Royalty Collection is composed of the royal colors, the royal rings, the royal engagement rings, and the royal cuts.
I love them all, but let's start off with the colors. Tell me about the royal colors.
Well, the royal colors are the royal blues and the royal flush. So the deep blues and the purples are the colors of royalty.
And this piece right here is so reminiscent of Princess Diana. She loved the deep blue pieces. Can you tell me a little bit about the story behind this historical piece?
Well, these are actually Tanzanite, museum quality Tanzanite that my late father collected in the 1980s, and that you don't find anymore of this quality, and they're especially unique because of the way they were cut in a cabochon shape. And so this is a piece that took 30 years before we designed and built it into this one-of-a-kind piece, and so it has a lot of ties to royalty.
So tell me now about the royal rings.
Well, the royal rings that Vian is designing are really inspired by the tiaras of royalty. So we have actually both the tiara collection as well as a demi-halo collection. And the demi-halos are multiple stacks of connected bands that have chevron shape, that have a symbolic tiara-like effect.
Gorgeous. And not only do you guys have royal rings, you also have royal engagement rings. So tell me a little bit about those.
Well, the royal engagement rings are really inspired by the royal wedding of Meghan Markle and Princess Eugenia. And so with Meghan Markle, she's getting married with the 3-stone ring, with the cushion cut center and the side stones. And so the 3-stone rings are, you know, done in a variety of ways inspired by her engagement ring. And then Princess Eugenia is getting married with a modified Lady Di, which is a combination of a 3-stone with halos of diamonds. She is getting married with a paparazzi sapphire. And so you're actually wearing a ring that's very much inspired from her engagement ring.
I would like to take this one home if I may. So tell me about the royal cuts.
Well, the royal cuts are the cushion cuts and the princess cuts. So you'll see us introducing things like the chocolate cushion, which is an exclusive with one of our retailers, and you'll see us introducing things like the princess chocolate, which is another one of our exclusives. So these are some of the new cuts that we are introducing, both in diamonds and in gems, to speak to the royal cuts.
You guys have such a variety of jewels, but nothing screams royalty like a tiara. Tell me about this historical piece, because I want to put it on my head right now.
Well, this is a historic piece of jewelry. It is the Fiesta Bowl tiara. It was made in 1985 by Vian. It happens to be the first all-precious tiara ever used in any pageant or parade in the history of the United States. And it was used for 20 years by the Fiesta Bowl's reigning queen each year. And then it retired and is now part of the Vian Through the Centuries museum case, and I'm very excited to be sharing it with the show today.
Wow, I officially feel like a princess. Every girl needs a tiara in their life. I'm gonna bring these back. Eddie, besides the royalty collection, is there any other trend you foresee this season?
Well, the big trends that you see are adjustability, like this multicolor adjustable necklace, and the stacking wristwear, like you have on, and of course, like you saw on Rihanna at Coachella and Vanessa Hudgens, and recently wearing Vian pieces.
Yeah, the stacks are so in right now. We are officially ready for the royal weddings. Eddie, thank you so much for being here, and where can we get our hands on all these historical pieces?
Well, some of these pieces, like the museum collections, are not available for sale. Some of the pieces, the one-of-a-kinds and the limited editions, are pieces that are only shown in our one-day pop-up shows. So if you want to do those, you go to levian.com and the store locator, and you find where the nearest shows are to where you live. And many of the pieces, the best of the best, and the new collections like the Tiara rings, the demi halos, and the princess cut chocolates and the cushion chocolates are collections that are carried in our authorized stores. So if you want the best of the best, you go into the stores. If you want the one-of-a-kinds, you come into the shows.
Well, you know I love those pop-up shops, so I will see you there, Eddie. Thank you again for being here.
And thank you for telling our story.